Aliyah. She remind me of a Harlem story. Growing up on 127th Street. Child of God, girl, never been a key. Aliyah, Aliyah. Wear dress specifically for freaking. Playing dominoes with this Puerto Rican. These days only found out when he seeked on it. Aliyah, Aliyah. Always find time to talk about Savior. Doesn't matter if it's minor or major. Focus on her God just like a laser. Little Leah, have you seen her? Smoke a reefer. Little Leah, Aliyah. Didn't want me to sing this song tonight. It's okay, baby, it'll be alright. One day double D's gonna be alive. Little Leah, have you seen her? Smoke a reefer. Little Leah, Aliyah. Welcome, y'all. This is my crib. We're kicking it old school this evening, and for people who do not know my work, kicking it old school means that we're going back to the beginning. Before we had a Do Not Fret tour, when we were very young in the comedy game, even younger than we are now. I'm talking about February, right? This whole thing started with Instagram Lives, and it has moved into something else. I've discovered this new talent, this new skill set that I'm very great. Jax, I've got a dog now. That's addition. Brother, stop it. The Do Not Fret tour started as a result of me fretting about a lot of things. That's, it started with my horn, actually. I have a purple horn off screen. Maybe I'll show it to you guys later. So this is my purple horn, right? I love it. But if I'm playing this at night, this looks like, if I'm playing this at any time, it looks a bit like a weapon, right? If I'm just holding it this way. And I'm thinking, as a black man, right, I would love to play this horn in the street, but because of the obvious that I just mentioned, I can't. And there's where I had my first idea for a collection of work, a comedy album, right? Listening to a lot of old Pryor, listening to a lot of Pygmy Martin, Moms Mabley, George Carlin, a lot of old Andy Kaufman, while just watching him, right, and reading about him. And as I'm doing that, I'm thinking about a lot of things. This set tonight is called Positive Thoughts, because I've been trying to exercise thinking positive things, and it's more than a notion sometimes, right? And I'm comparing my time as being a poet. D. Daniels would say that I'm not a poet. He would say that he's the writer, and I probably won't take too much more of your time. But I'm thinking about this book, right? This book we wrote together. It's called Are These Poems? Collected works by Christian Eatman. Of course, D. Daniels would say, I'll do D. Daniels' impression. Christian is literally so terrible. He's literally terrible at everything. Writing, telling jokes, singing songs. Oh my God, and he's such a bastard narcissist. Literally, sorry Jakes, right? That's what D. Daniels would say about me. But I was thinking about this book, and this book was written during a time, life was different. I won't go into too much about it right now, but I didn't enjoy this book, right? I didn't enjoy the process of it. It was very close to the bone. It was a huge issue for my relationship at the time, and this work that I'm doing now is different, right? And this is also a very, very somber piece of work. you know, the comedy stuff is so much different, you know, and seeing my mom laugh at something that we've both experienced as opposed to crying about something that we've both experienced, it's very rewarding. So I'm not gonna stop. This video, I'll let D do the rest, and he'd be like, you can't let me do literally nothing. But that's D, right? This is me. I'm trying to figure out if I want to read to you guys, if I want to play another song. But this is letting you guys know, I don't think that we're doing a show this month of October. Had an issue the second time with a very particular venue. And I'm wondering, okay, is this because maybe it's not supposed to happen right now at this venue? Right? I like it. It's a nice little theater, about 50 seats. But how, you know, the booking works, you know, if you don't hear from this person in 2 days, they, you know, cancel the reservation. So that's why I haven't promoted the show, because there is no show right now. But I'm in a much different position in life. I've got a new job, so it's much easier to produce a show now, because there are more resources to pull from. So when we think about this set tonight called Positive Thoughts, I think I need it, right? I don't know where everybody else is, but I know I need it. I've been practicing just thinking about all the good things before I even get to work, right? It's a tough job. I'm an interventionist. D is also an interventionist. You know, and we're trying to teach these children how to read, you know, but we're dealing with the challenge of the fact that, you know, we're not able to communicate in the way that these children would understand. We speak different languages, literally, right? And, you know, but you think about a positive thought, okay, cool, a kid is able to get maybe one letter further in the alphabet than they did yesterday. That is something positive. I'm somebody, and I don't always show this. I was talking to my father, there's a lot of anxiety that I lead with, and I guess a positive thought on my end is I was able to talk to my dad this morning, and I was able to hear him, and I was able to use some of the things that he was saying and implement them and actually ponder them and be in a space mentally, as a man, as a whatever, you know, that let me receive it. So I think one more positive thought is I'm in a place of receiving. Pose, Christian. But yes, so I'm thinking, I've got to look at the calendar. Let me see. But I think we might start back up with the Sunday Cypher. And let's see. Let's got to look at this a little bit more closely, because I was looking at the Sunday, first Sunday of November. I thought it was the first, second. Maybe we can go with the second for the next show. And the Sunday Cypher is I Love God. I want to discuss things that I've looked at in the Word, and talk about them. You know, not necessarily from not from a place of preaching, but from a place of, oh no, this is a thing I'm looking at and it confuses me. I wonder if you guys are confused about this. You know, this place is a place of love, but certain people don't feel loved in this place. Why is that? Are other people pondering that and thinking that it's odd? You see, I got my history of the Bible behind me. There's some other stuff. But yes, so that's what the Sunday Cypher is, and it looks like it'll probably be the 2nd, November 2nd. I would love y'all to be there. I will most likely purchase the venue tomorrow after I check in with the bank and make sure that these people gave me back my money for the other venue. And in lieu of having a show this month, I think I'm going to actually get caught up on a lot of other things. You know, I talked to my dad this morning, and he was just like, yeah, dog, I was talking to you, you know, and you were in a place where you wanted to work, you know, but you get in these places where you're like, I'm not doing nothing. But you're like, dog, but I'm looking at you as my father, right? I'm looking at you and I'm like, dog, you did a whole show in December by yourself. You're the only body on it, right? Lucy, I'm home. What's going on, baby?
Hi there, my sweet bear.
And you picked up instruments and you got a new job, 2 new jobs. Let's turn our sounds off for a quick second. Sounds off for 1 quick second. Thank you so much for having your sound off. You started a whole new journey as a comedian and performer, whatever you're calling this with your crazy ass, right? This is how my dad talks to me. And that's a more succinct, a more family-friendly version of it. But with this new D. Daniels venture, I've had a tough time keeping up with the Book of Job, which is something that is the thing that sparked something in me to create consistently. Right now, you can see the first 5. That's about 2-3 hours worth of work for you guys to enjoy. I hope you do enjoy. I hope you share it with all your friends. You subscribe on YouTube, on TikTok, on Instagram, all that stuff. But this is the positive thought set. And I want to tell you the same thing that I always tell you guys. Use it while you still can. Your voice, your instrument, whatever it is, man, there's going to be a time where none of these things are at your disposal. And you're going to wish that you did. Excuse me for 1 second. Let me go get the pose. Literally, Christian. Pose. And why you wearing my hoodie? I hate it that you wear my Tony Soprano's hoodie, because literally, you don't got no style. You don't got no finesse. You can't do it like me. Side of me, I gotta change. Out of, Lord have mercy. I gotta change. I thought I was gonna be able to wear that, but no, Christian, no. Literally no. Give me 1 second. I found something way better anyway. Everybody who's trying to give me some merch in a little bit, know that my favorite color is literally purple. Purple. Okay. I'm back in full effect. This is D. Daniels. Side of me that you had to deal with Christian. He's my little Africa hat. Good. Yeah, he wore the same pants as me too, literally, and also the same glasses. Okay, everybody. Oh, I didn't get a notebook. Side of me. Okay, don't fret, guys. That's the name of the tour. Literally, don't fret. Okay, so I got a quick set that I'm working on. Christian took my notebooks. Look at this. Gospel of D. Daniels. Okay, let's go through our little bit of notes. Where the heck are the notes? They're in the other notebook. Would you believe? Freaking that, man. Okay, I'ma go off the cuff. That's how my daddy would say it. I'ma go off the cuff. First thing I'ma say I'm thankful for and I got positive thoughts about this little puppy doggo. He is unhinged. He's literally a ridiculous person, this little doggo, but literally, he's beautiful. He's literally a beautiful little beagle. I saw that we had some more glasses off screen, and I was literally trying to look at as much distinctive from Christian as possible. He wore my pants, right? He wore my pants, and he had a marker, because he was trying to teach these little super needish kids how to read. Can you believe that? All the time at work, we're like this. Hey, and I got to talk like Christian fake at work. Hi, guys. Hey. Hi, my little children. All eyes on me. Bop, bada, bop, boop, boop, doop, boop. And the kids be like, boop, boop, Mr. D. Daniels, right? So I talk fake like him, but I can't be fake that long for a whole shit. I'm literally not going to be fake as long as Christian is. But Christian was doing that same thing that I do. Freaking copycat. And he put an open marker in my pocket, right? And then he looked down and he said, oh, D. Daniels going to me. He's literally inside of me. He's going to unalive me, right? He's literally going to unalive me, because I saw this little boy Christian looking at my damn pants, sizing them up, seeing if they fit him. They did. and he messed it up. Well, anyways, I think the boy told you that we're doing a show in November, if October. We're trying to get adjusted to this new job, man. And this new job is literally crazy. It's literally crazy. Every day you're looking at these kids, and I teach them, what is it? You call it multilingual learners, something. They don't speak English, a lot of them. In short, a lot of them literally do not speak English, and that's really hard to teach phonetics to somebody who is having a very difficult grasp of the language, if you will. I don't know if that makes sense, people. So when we're trying to be over here, Mr. Senor Joseph, the A makes this sound. We say A, apples A, Mr. Joseph, Mr. Senor Joseph. And he just looks at me. He said, Mr. D. Daniels, the A literally makes the A sound. Why the heck else would you call it A if it don't make the A sound? And I said, that is a hard question to answer, little boy, but it's A. In this context, it's A. We're looking at the word apple. Have you ever called it an apple, little Mr. Senor Joseph? Lord have his mercy. Lord have his literal mercies on my soul. I'm trying, man. I'm literally trying with these kids. And I guess a positive thought is trying, man. Everybody's literally having a problem, right? Like the song says, everybody's having a problem. Everybody's having a tough time. Don't jump in front of the lunch line, man, before I'm going to have to bust mine. But it don't always feel like everybody's literally trying. It feels sometimes like people content to phone it in. You understand what I'm saying? I feel that way about Christian, actually. Oh, and I would tell him to his face. I would literally tell him to his face if he asked me about it. But, I think that a positive thought, man, is that there's still people that are trying. There's still people that don't think it's corny to make the attempt, man. You don't always have to stick the landing. You wish you would, man. You wish you would. But the more you do it, man, the better you get at sticking that dang landing. Man, I don't got a whole bunch of time for y'all today, or with y'all. I've been listening to my grandpa Jerry's minister friend. He has a Bible conference 9 in the morning, and I jumped on to about 2 of them, just because I need these positive thoughts to start my days, man. Because I started my day, I got up at 4 a.m. and I said, I bleeped it out so you wouldn't have to hear it. But then I prayed to my Lord. I said, Lord, can you make my language more palatable? Would you make it more acceptable in your eyes? Literally, I'm trying. But every time I wake up at 4 a.m., I say, literally. It's anxiety, man. It's literally anxiety. I don't know if y'all ever think about anxiety, but I think it's something that we should address in our black community. Because it ain't nothing to be brushing by. Oh man, that's 69. Oh, that's a positive thought. Side of me. I just looked at it. I saw that number 69, and I said, that's fantastic, man. I think Christian told you we got this Sunday Cypher coming up. And I'm excited about that, man. We're going to talk all about the 7 last sayings from the cross. I don't know if you ever heard these 7 last sayings from the cross, man, but the first one is, forgive them, Father, for they know not what they do. I said, Lord, I think they know what the heck they do. And the second one is, Father, what is it? Verily I say to you, today thou shalt be with me in paradiso. The third one I think is, what's the one? This is all Jesus saying from the cross, right? I think the third one is, that's not that. Third one. Mother, behold thy son. Son, behold thy mother. Fourth, I think is, Eli, lama shabach me. Why you sabach it on me, daddy? That's why'd you forget me? Why'd you forget me? 5 is I thirst. 6 is, it is finished. And the 7th, it is finished, yeah. And the 7th one is, Father, into thine hands I commend my glorious spirit. And I'm paraphrasing, do your own spiritual work, right? But I'm talking all about this at the Sunday Cipher because I think that people need to hear this, right? You know, and if they're in their community, right? If they love on God, I think you need to hear it in a way that's not necessarily pompous. I ain't a pious man. I'm not a pious man at all. I'm troubled by some things in the word. You know, but I think even if you don't believe in what I believe in, I think that people would say, well, we're working with these kids, we modeling the things that we want to see. Right? You don't got to believe me or what I believe, sir. But what you must do and what I must do is respect on you. And I'm not going to say what you think is stupid. You better not say what I think is stupid. Is it grounding us? Is it grounding us? You know, the way my thing is with faith, you know, is as long as what you believe is not that I should be hurting or that my people should be hurting, I'm okay, man. I'm okay, and I hope that you can respect me from where I'm at as well. So we're talking about all these sorts of things at the Sunday Cipher. The next show that I'm going to do, specifically a part of the Don't Fret Tour, I want y'all to know this Sunday Cipher is going to be an ongoing thing. We hope to have a long comedy career for the rest of our lives. And this is a large book, this old Bible, and I wonder, you know, how will I talk about this when I'm 50, you know, and I'm a daddy. You know, and let's say 55 or whatever the age is, you know, when I've had different perspective, I'm interested in, you know, the progression of my mental mind from this time last year to now, you know, so I think that this word, you know, there's something exciting in it, you know, and I want to talk about it. But I also want to talk about these little crazy kids. I got this kid, Trace, and he comes in, he kicks the door like it's an old school saloon, and he said, "What's going on?" I said, "Whoa, hold the line, Mr. Trace, and I need you to re-enter the classroom, but this time quiet." He does it one more time. He says, "What's going on?" Remember, he kicked in the door of that saloon. It's not no saloon door, it's just a freaking third grade classroom door. I said, "Hold the line, Mr. Trace, son, let's try that one more time." You remember that song? One more time. We gonna celebrate. Oh yeah, all right. That's a great song. That's literally a great song. But anyway, I said, "Mr. Trace, can you enter the room one more time?" And he kicked the saloon door, but he says, "Okay, what's going on?" This little boy also said, "I bet" to me. I said, "Little boy, you ain't gonna get no recess for 1,025,600 minutes." He said, "I bet." I'm having a hard time. And I got a community to assist me through a hard time. You know, I was telling my daddy, you know, when we was making that Book of Job show, Christian wasn't telling, you know, nobody how hard things was, you know, but I was watching that boy perform. He's actually very prolific. He would never say it, and I would never say it to his face, but he's actually going to be one of the greatest of all time. Shut your mouth, I'm talking about Christian's little punk self. But I was watching one of the takes, maybe from the 5th or 6th episode, and I actually heard in it the sound that was weird, and I asked the boy, I said, "What the heck is that sound?" Because we were using all, you know, phone audio, you know, we're doing it real rough and rugged, gorilla style. And he said, "Oh, that was my belly." This boy was so hungry making that work, and you know, ain't neither one of us hungry no more. You know, and that's a really positive thought. You know, and I think all this times that we was hungry, and we got a good family, you know, but there's a point where you can't ask people to not make you hungry no more. And I think my daddy was hurt by that, but listen, man, we ain't there no more. We got a whole special called the HIZ specials. And that's when things get clear. Y'all know about the HIZ's office? 5098. I hope you don't. I'ma sing a little song for y'all. And I'ma maybe go walk this crazy doggo. I ain't gonna bring Christian in. I'ma sing it myself. daddy cry and curse at the wind. He broke his own heart and I watched him as he tried to reassemble it. That sounds not so great. My mama swore that she would never let herself forget. We being a working stiff, man. We don't sound great doing this. Okay, one more time, one more again. And I don't know if I like that instrument. Maybe change this to what is that, a harp? When I was younger, I saw my daddy cry and curse at the wind. He broke his own heart and I watched him as he tried to reassemble it. My mama swore that she would never let herself forget. That was the day that I promised. Christian, come in. I never sing of love if it does not exist. Darling, you are the only exception. You are the only exception. You are the only exception. Please don't you be fretting. Maybe I know somewhere deep in my soul that love never lasts. And we gotta find other ways to make it alone or keep a straight face. And I've always lived like this, keeping a comfortable distance. Up until now I've sworn to myself that I'm content with loneliness, 'cause none of it was ever worth the risk. And you are the only exception. You are the only exception. You are the only exception. Please don't you be gotta take me on reality, but I can't let go of what's in front of me. I know you're leaving in the morning when you wake up. Leave me with some kind of proof it's not a dream. You are the only exception. You are the only exception. You are the only exception. Please don't you be fretting. Good night and good luck. We'll see you in November.